students, I am Dikki Basanna, Associate Professor, Department of Physics, Vijayanagar College, Hospit. Now we will start alternate energy sources. This is prescribed by VSK University for paper 6.1 BSc 6th Sem. This is the first lectures I am going to talk you called as the alternate energy sources. So in the alternate energy sources, let me know first what is energies. Energy in the complete sense is hard to define. However, who starts with the word energy may be understood as the capability to do the work. It means we need energy always, because all the energy can be obtained mainly by earth, sun, gravitational force and planetary motion effect. The quality of energy differs from source to source. It means to study this alternate energy sources, first of all let me know why we should go for alternate energy sources. So we have a energy crisis in the world called as world energy crisis. Once we have a energy crisis, we have to go for the alternate. That alternate energy is called as the non-conventional energy sources. So the rapid increase in the world populations and the high standard of living has resulted in energy crisis in the year 1972. The prices of petroleum and its product increased day by day, led to oil crisis throughout the world. In such a situation, efforts were initiated for quantitative assessment. As a result, the following conclusions were drawn. The world annual energy production is about 6,000 million tons of oil, and the requirement, what we require in the world requirement is around 7,000 million tons of oil. You see, we have 6,000 million tons, but requirement is 7,000 million tons of oil. The commercial energy sources which led to a better quality of human lives are only depleting, but also not very environment friendly. They are contributing to air pollution, thermal pollutions, leading to destructions of several plants and animal lives. In case of nuclear plants, possibilities of leakage of radioactive materials into the atmosphere cannot be denied. So thus we have made a use of energy in the past, are still making use of it, will be used in the future. The estimates indicates that the energy in the 15 years will be doubled, demand will be doubled at the present rate of consumptions. We have following conclusion here. So what we have estimate, the world energy resource known, the energy resource suggests as follows. The coal what we have in the world is 6,641 billion tons, which will last up to 2005 years, 2500 at present rate of consumptions. So up to 2005 years, in the year up to 2005 years we can use coal. After that there is a crisis. In the natural gas we have 49,990 billion cubic meters, which would last up to an year 2015 at the present rate of consumptions. So it means it is almost exhausted. So the petroleum crude oil is 76 billion tons, which will last up to 2100 at the present rate of consumption. And uranium what we have is 7,61,400 tons, which would last up to 2000. So it means according to this estimation it has been exhausted, but the resources would be unlimited if a fast breeder reactor technology is preferred. We have so many resources in the world, so you can extract the uranium to have a source. With these data, it is necessary to conclude that the situation in our country is also not good. So, what will be our fate when the sources like fossil fuels are depleting so fast? The world has started realizing the inevitability of energy crisis if the alternate energy sources are not suitably harnessed. It is with this idea that we are now looking energy for renewable sources like wind, water, sun and the waste. So energy from the, it means energy from the waste. Hence now we have to go for the alternate. Because of all these crises, energy crisis, we have to go for the non-conventional energy sources. That is called as the alternate. You have to search for a alternate. So according to this we can group. One is called as conventional energy, another one is called as non-conventional energy sources. It means conventional energy sources, in Kannada we call it as sampradayaka indanagalu, and this is non-conventional energy is called as asampradayaka indanagalu. So if we use prolonged use of this conventional energy sources, it is depleting day by day. In one day there will be completely the conventional energy sources will be exhausted. So that we call it as a conventional energy is called the cow cake, dung cake, and all the woods, oils, petrols, kerosene, that will becomes under the conventional energy sources. That we call it as in Kannada sampradayaka. That will be exhausted. After exhausting the conventional energy, we have to switch over to the alternate. That alternate energy is called as the non-conventional. That will be not exhausted if we use a prolonged. That is called as the non-conventional energy sources like wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, bioenergies. So energy from the waste, all these comes under the non-conventional energies. So it will be always exist the prolonged use called as the non-conventional energy sources. So it means because of this energy crisis, so what we have is conventional energy sources where the main energy producing sources which were made use of the civilized human beings on this earth. Because of the most maximum use of the conventional energy, we have to go for the non-conventional energy, conventional energy sources. The non-conventional energy sources for their additional requirements nowadays, but the non-conventional energy sources which were not much in use nowadays received the great importance. This non-conventional energy sources only in the year 1973 and 74. That period we call it as the period of global energy crisis. The term the non-conventional energy sources is used at that time. And the most of the oil import countries commenced the research and the developments programs. Even at the beginning of 21st century, most of the developed and the developing countries deviated sizable amount of funds to carry out research and development activities, leading to develop the efficient devices for commercial exploitation of non-conventional energy sources. So we have to use always the non-conventional energy sources so to survive or to better survive. And lastly, so how you will compare the conventional and the non-conventional energy sources. In the conventional energy source, it means you have to look for the what we call it as conventional and the non-conventional energy sources. So these are the, in the non-conventional energy sources, these are widely used and are economical. The conventional resources are economical and widely we are using. These are rarely used since the initial costs are high. Most of the are exhaustible. It means the conventional resources are exhaustible. The most of them are not exhaustible. This is the advantage here. Because of only this we are using conventional energy sources. Most of them are hazardous to the environment. This is very important. Hazardous to the environment. They are friendly to the environment. Non-conventional energy sources are friendly to the environment. The energy transmission costs are high here and the energy transmission costs are low in the non-conventional energy sources. Okay, thank you.